Hello guys and welcome back to the MME gaming channel for episode number 3 of our Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke. For those who maybe are following the series so far, and we're here yesterday evening when we premiered episode number 3 and noticed that there was no sound involved in it. I do apologize. It was working when I uploaded it, and then between it leaving my computer and uploading to YouTube, the sound obviously disappeared on it, and it was the one episode that I didn't save on the mixing desk that I'm using, DaVinci Resolve, to do the voiceover and stuff like that, and put parts of episodes together from two different recordings or so on. So unfortunately we have to redo the voiceover a day later, so I do apologize for the delay in episode number 3 coming up. So you're going to get 2 episodes today, episode number 3 and episode number 4 should be out later on today. So we finished off last episode by getting our new Pokedex, our Rotom Dex, and we moved on from there. We also caught a Savali, which we named Original V1, and now we're moving on to the next town after getting rid of the Tauros. Obviously, we're going to finish off the tutorial aspect of it in this town, where we get introduced to the Pokemon Center, we get introduced to the Mart, which is all in the same building, which is really good. And then we'll obviously get a few other things introduced to us as well during this episode. We also have another battle or two to catch more Pokemon in this town. So we're going to get Pokebeans from this cafe. Cafe is a nice little addition to this now. We won't use it too often. Don't think there's anything that we will need to get there. So, obviously we're going to go through here. Tauros is blocking our way, so we can't continue on through that section. So it's going to force us to have to do the Pokemon School. To do the Pokemon School, there's 4 trainers to fight, and we have to fight all 4 of them, and then fight the head teacher. And I think this is like a tutorial in battling people, I don't know. Kukui wants us to battle 4 trainers. The experience will surely help you and your Pokemon. Actually, speaking of experience, why don't you take this? That is going to be my voice for Kukui from now on. And we get an EXP share, which is great. So it means we don't have to switch train no more between our baby MME. We can just put Primplup at the start of our party and use him to train up all our other Pokemon. Obviously, at near the end of this episode and the next episode, we will have 6 Pokemon in our party then, as we would have got through bits to catch more Pokemon, and then it will be up to who we decide to hold on to our party. So so we're gonna go and find the 4 trainers that we have to battle in order to pass the whole training center here. Beat these 4 trainers and we get some. I'm assuming this is 1. You want to know why I'm standing here? Don't even bother battling. Okay, so he is going to be our last one that we have to battle. So check inside. We may skip through a few bits where we just look for the trainer that we have to battle. So we might skip through, like me running around like an aimless chicken or a headless chicken looking for the person the battle. So if you do see a cut to like the next battle, nothing's happened. We haven't lost any Pokemon. Ideally, I'll try and avoid having to do that as much as possible. But during this I could not find one of the trainers who happened to be around the back of the building, and I couldn't find him at all. So we'll just skip to when I found him, because it did take me a good I'm not happy to say it, but it did take me a good 15 minutes to find where this trainer was. As I say, this is our first run through of the game, and we're doing it completely random, completely new, no background behind it. So haven't looked at like, you know, a walkthrough or playthrough or anything like that. So we're doing it all brand new, and for some reason, for no reason, I don't know why I didn't think of it, because I'm thinking about it now, but we didn't decide to switch Primplup in at all. Like at the start, like since we got the EXP share, we could have just put Primplup at the front of our Pokemon decks, but we've decided to keep risking Baby MME every time to the metronomes. But we'll get through this Jumpluff flight fairly easy. Next episode, as I said, all of the stat changes and stuff like that or the typings are back to normal, and we've re-randomized a lot of aspects of the game, including the items on the ground have been randomized because they weren't originally, and then the typings of Pokemon got randomized when I did the randomizer. And for those wondering why I haven't left like links to how to randomize stuff and all those in the description, and not like using stuff like that, it's just if you want to know, I'm happy to help out with that stuff like that. And there are a lot of tutorials on how to randomize these games, so I don't need to be adding that to my channel. But if you do want to get involved in stuff like this, and you want to know, there's lots of people out there that are more than welcome to help you, and there's a lot of people in the Pokemon community that you should be checking out. There's a few people that I watch all the time. I'll leave a link down in the description to their channels, because I think that's where I got my inspiration to do one of these Nuzlocks, from just watching their Nuzlocks and seeing how much fun it was for them to do them together as a pool. So let's give you a quick run through the team, as we didn't do that at the start. We have original V1 are Savali with Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Tackle and Rage. He also has a potion on him, which is really good. And his ability is Regenerator. So next we have Epe, who has Metal Claw, Tackle, Growl and Bubble. That's our Primplup. Serene Grace is his ability, and he's holding a Relic Copper. At some stage we will take those off them. They don't need to hold those. And last but not least, we have Baby MME, which is our Togepi, and he knows Growl, Charm, Metronome and Sweet Kiss at this minute in time. So we're gonna go around looking for the next couple of trainers, whether it all has claws. So she gives us Quick Claw there. Unfortunately missed the bit where she actually hands it to us. As I said, this is where we're gonna like skip to a few trainers just to do the battle on the 4 trainers. Nothing necessarily happens there. It's just me running around looking for the trainers, going into every room, talking to every single person in all the rooms, looking for these trainers, but then none of them being the trainers. So we spent about 15-20 minutes in total looking for the 4 trainers, so and not finding them. So Tesserina, level 7, we should be fine. She's going to use Harden, that's grand. We'll use Metronome. Okay, Power Whip. That's not too bad. Super effective against Tesserina. Which could mean anything because, like, don't know their abilities or their not their abilities, their types. So it doesn't really matter. Like, there's no way to pick moves in this early on in the stage. Next episode it is fixed, so we can pick moves. Obviously, like, we see a water type, we use an electric move, or a ground type or grass type move. Sorry, and if we see like grass type, we can use a fire type move. So from like next episode on, the full randomizer will be in effect. This might be something that we could do in the future. Do an unrandomized typing one as well, or a randomized typing one as well, for maybe one of the earlier gens. I think we're going to do Sun first, finish off Sun, and then we may try and do like an earlier generation game. We'll see how that will go. So she's just going to tackle Ape. It's not going to do nothing too damage. It's fine, so Ape can just finish off Tesserina. And Bubble should do that. Okay, so that's fight number 2 down. We do also get an encounter here for the trainer school, because there's grass here. So we're going to go and have a look and see which Pokemon we get while we look for the next, for an item just down here. Poisoning the opponent, yeah. Okay, so there's an item just here, and there's an item down at the bottom of this as well. So we'll pick up both of these items, Antidote and Paralyze Heal, I think it is. We'll pick up both of these items, and then we'll move on to the actual encounter. If we don't get an encounter while we're coming down for it, which we don't. So we'll get Paralyze Heal, we'll get the encounter here in the training school, and then we can get one more encounter in the actual town as well. So we got a Lickitung. Okay, that's interesting. I don't necessarily want the Lickitung. I don't know who I'd name it after at the minute. That wouldn't be that I wouldn't probably get killed for naming them a Lickitung. A big boy with a really long tongue. So I think we might just kill this for the XP. Not that we overly need it at this stage, but I think the best thing to do is, oh, and we can't escape the battle. So we're stuck in here using MME and using Metronome. This could be a very, very tricky battle for us now. We've lots of potions and stuff, so we should be able to keep baby MME alive. He is confused at the minute, but he gets Metronome through. So we need attacking moves here. Soft boiled. Okay, that will heal up his damage. Yeah, that will heal him up. It's something that he doesn't learn. I didn't see that. He just doesn't learn soft boiled. And it's unlikely that we'll get a TM for it. To give him, I don't even know if there is or which like TM is soft boiled, even if there is one. If there's not, I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't learn soft boiled. And is there a TM for soft boiled? No, there's not. But he can learn rest, which, like, we could give him, should we find it. So we got Lickitung down, Metronome kicking into effect with some nice attacking moves there. And we get Electro Web off. So we got out of that fight without too much hassle there. We managed to heal him up a little bit too. So on to our next fight here. we're going to go out here. We're going to jump magically to the next fight. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. The next person's just right outside that door. No editing tricks there whatsoever. I think I got away with that one. Yeah, so, Lunala. Oh my god. So, for those who maybe don't know, Lunala is the legendary Pokemon for Pokemon Moon, the opposite game to the one that we're playing at the minute, which is obviously Sun. So we're actually coming up against a lot of legendary Pokemon so far. But Lunala, Psychic Surge out on the field. We're going to stay in with Baby MME. I want to try and prove that, like, we can do this. Let's risk a few things. Risk it to take the biscuit. If we lose Baby MME, we'll lose Baby MME. There's not much we can do about it. But I think it's fun to use Metronome every now and again. Risk the explosion or the self-destruct. No, but in fairness, it's a 1 in... what? 800 chance or something like that. I don't know how many. I think Metronome can be any move, can't it? So it's probably a huge number there. So Valai coming in here, not doing much with Ice Fang, and is going to get put to sleep here. So I think we'll use this first turn here now to probably heal up. I think is probably the best thing to do, but. Or do we just try and attack and see if we wake up from it? No, we'll heal him up. There's no point risking it. 14 health, better heal up. Better safe than sorry. Want to try and keep our Pokemon alive for as long as possible. We have a really good team at the minute. I will think that, like, the 3 Pokemon that we have at the minute will stay with us for a long while. Because Savalai's moveset is really broad at the minute, and I know he learned some dark type moves which could be good later down the line, and obviously we can use memory discs to turn him certain types if we can find them, obviously. And so we avoided Hypnosis, which is good. And Podion then, obviously, at the minute he has Metal Claw, which is really good. And he'll cover our water type moves that we need. And then, obviously, Baby MME maybe is our first sacrifice. Sacrifice, really, later down the line, because we have to get him to 33. But I would love to keep Baby MME for the whole thing if we can. But I think he might have to be our first sacrifice out of these 3. But we'll leave that for further down the line. Make it an incentive to try and use Baby MME for the whole thing, all the way up to the end. But let's see how far we can get with him. If he dies, he dies. There's not much we can do. We almost have this Lunala down. The good bit is every time I've been asleep so far, he's just used Teleport, which is amazing because it has no effect here. And we're getting, like, out, so he used Teleport again while we're asleep. That's perfect. And we woke up. We'll get a Thunderfang on, so that's Lunala down. So that's battle number 3 down. We know where battle number 4 is. That's in the center of the island. You told us to do all 3 other battles first before we get to battle him. So that's Ace Trainer down, and a little bit more money. You can use moves to boost people's attack. Total basics. Yeah, total basics. Because they never played the game before. I think we'll go out and heal up at the Pokemon Center. Don't think like it's 100% necessary, but we'll just do it to be better to be safe than sorry. Go in, heal up all our Pokemon, go and do the 4th fight, and then hopefully do the 5th fight then as well. And then we should be able to call this episode a day then there. So we'll go back, take on the fourth Pokemon trainer in the trainer school. Obviously they're still sitting there waiting on me to do this. So get our fourth battle in. Fully healed battle for this one. I think he only has one Pokemon like the rest of them. Yeah, so he only has one Pokemon. And it's a Skitty. Okay, that's fine. We break the curse of the legendary Pokemons coming out, as we alluded on in the last one. But this is fine. Let's Metronome. Let's take the risks. Come on, let's take the risks. Payday? Okay, we'll get a little bit more money from the fight then, so that's not too bad. He's gonna identify us. It's a Togepi. Just so you know, it's a Togepi. But we're going to be smart. We're going to switch out. A pet can do more damage between Metal Claw and Bubble. It's more consistent damage because obviously Metronome doesn't have to use a damaging move. And Metal Claw one-shots. Okay, great. So Metal Claw one-shots him. That's fine. So that's another battle down. That's probably our easiest battle out of the lot of them. We picked up an extra $60 from using Payday, which is okay. We get a technical machine, or a TM, and we get workup. Alright, so those haven't been changed either. So my first time at the randomizer didn't go as well as probably first planned, so we'll have a second go at the randomizer for the next episode. That's the school bell. Yep. Attention all students with MMA Gaming, please come to the office on the second floor, please. I didn't do anything wrong. She told me to beat the students. But obviously I did do something wrong. So we'll go up to the second floor, go meet the teacher that we met at the start. And she's just standing here for some reason, because she told me to go to the office on the second floor, not the hallway. And then she wants the battle as well, which is fine. We'll get this battle out of the way as well. That's... oh, the Aether Foundation. Alright, so we haven't obviously bumped into this yet, but obviously the wild Pokemon are randomized, so it sends out a Clauncher. Has 2 Pokemon, so we're going to have to try and be careful here, obviously. Don't want to take too much damage. This is a Balm Mushroom. Doesn't really help us. So we'll switch out into a pair. We obviously did change it to make a pair. The first one, Thundershock's not going to do much. A pair's an electric type at the minute. So we're just going to try Metal Claw. That's not doing much. Okay. Switch over and Water Gun, the water type maybe, or Bubble, the water type maybe. Okay, that's not very effective either. But I think it did a little bit more damage than Metal Claw, so we'll go with just Water Gun or Bubble, just to finish off this Clauncher. It's not doing much damage to Pet, so it's not a huge deal, or it doesn't matter how long it takes to take him down. We'll be ending this episode like fairly shortly after this this battle is complete, and then we'll be moving on for the next episode to finish off this town and get closer to the first trial, which is the normal type trial, and will give us Normalium Z, which is the first Z crystal that you can get in this game. Wants to learn Yawn. I think Yawn is a good move to have. We'll take out Growl for it. Put Pokemon to sleep after one turn, which is good. Okay, a Behemian. Oh, I can't even say names now. We're going to switch into Savali. Ape took a little bit of damage there, so we're just going to switch in, just to be on the safe side. We've good moves on original V1 to cover most types. And we'll get a dark type move soon. I think Pursuit at level 10. So we missed our first attack. Let's try Ice Fang. Bite can flinch, but doesn't flinch there. Okay, Ice Fang did more than half his health. It was a critical hit as well, which is good. So this might not kill, because with the critical hit adding, I think it's 50% of the overall damage. So, yeah, it's still 3-shot this to Ice Fangs. We managed to hit all the Ice Fangs, and that will be battle number 5 in the trainer school complete. And then, and we did learn Pursuit at level 10. That's good. So Pursuit, dark type move. I think it's more effective if they swap Pokemon, which is obviously good for when Pokemon are obviously going to be swapped around and stuff like that in certain battles. That's really good for us. So we beat the teacher, obviously, because we're a 10-year-old child, and we obviously beat the teachers easy. We got 5 Great Balls, which is good. And Great Balls are better than normal Pokeballs. And now Kukui will come along with Elima, which is the captain here, who just happened to watch all our battles for I don't know where, because we never seen him once. I look forward to seeing your brilliance at the trial. Indeed, we captains are the ones who conduct the trials and will face your way to challenge the island Kahuna. My trial is held in Verdant Cavern. You can find Pokemon living everywhere. Perhaps you will fill out your team before attempting my trial. I sincerely look forward to your challenge. Yep, so that is going to be the aim for the next episode. The Tauros that's been stopping us from moving onwards has moved out of the way. We get an announcement to say we've completed the training school, and then we can leave it. So we're outside. All of the trainers that we just beat there are here. So guys, I'd like to say again, thank you so very much for joining us for episode number 3. I'm sorry about the little technical difficulties that we had, but if you did like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you very shortly for episode number 4.